another episode of My Car Story. I'm here with Will E. Will E.V. Good to see you. Let me grab the camera. Thank you, as I usually do. And let me just confirm, what do we have here today, Willie? Come with me.
1961 Facel Vega Facellia.
Facel Vega Facellia.
From Paris, France. Made in Paris.
Paris, France. And there is the emblem showing from Paris. And the Facellia is the model. And why don't we see these, Willie?
Because there's virtually none on the road anymore. They never were really officially imported into the United States.
They were never imported in the United States.
There was never a dealership for one in the United States. A few of them made it over somehow, and I'm not sure how this one made it over.
But here it is.
But here it is. I've had it for 28 years and had quite a bit of a project to put it together. It's all original, but to get it completely redone.
28 years you put it together.
Yeah.
And you were sharing with me. We're going to take a shot at the front of it real quick, and I'm going to come back to the interior. Has a little bit of a Studebaker Golden Hawk look to the front. But there's only 3 convertibles you were sharing with me of this in the United States.
At the most.
At the most. So we are seeing quite the unique vehicle, all back to original specs. Let's take a look at the interior. And because it's a convertible, we can take a look at it from here. It's got the Facel Vega emblem. I went a little fast there. And we've got the wonderful tach and speedometer and the oil. What's that one? Gas, okay. I'm reading these things in French. And then we've got the emblem there again in the center. Switching. Cigarette lighter right there. Ashtray down the center console. Let me get some of the, see the door console. What was the last piece you were sharing with me that you got?
This center part was a difficult part to get.
How did you get that?
I got it actually from the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, I don't think I ever would have gotten it.
No internet.
It's all original from the factory. I bought it from a gentleman who bought the factory. Everything that remained from the factory after it closed out, he had it stored in a barn for many years.
And that's how you found it. Here is all of the details of the car. Statistics, top speed, etc. Milestones. All of the details for the car. Here. Let's pop the hood. You have to go to the far side to pop the hood.
That's because in the European, most of the cars, obviously all the cars, were manufactured to drive on the right side, but this one was made for.
And you've got the original Facel Vega engine in here.
Yes.
What did they usually come with? Look at the.
This is what
the center.
This is what it came with when it first was manufactured. You might want to take a picture of this.
I will do that. I'm going to get the other side in a second. It's all in Italian?
Yes, this is.
Really? Let's get the engine on this side. Right up the center. Let's first of all get the overall shot, and then I'll come in and get some of the details. So Willie, first of all, thanks for bringing this car out today, because you just don't see this car.
Thanks for your interest. It's a lot of fun, this car.
And I always like to show some of the viewers something unique, and this has all those pieces to it. Quite honestly, I never even heard of one until you brought it.
In 28 years, I've never met anybody who's seen one in the flesh, including when I had it in the Concord in Barrington a couple of years ago. The judges who go all over the world say they never saw the actual car. They've seen it in pictures. They've never seen the 2-door convertible in person. They've seen the 4 doors. And I've seen a couple 4 doors in the past also, but the 2 doors are very rare. Interesting story I'm going to share really quick about this car.
Sure, take your time.
Chrysler
I'm going to look at the car while you're talking.
Chrysler
Let's shut
motors
the hood.
were put into this.
Let's shut the hood. We're going to look at the overall car.
All right.
Go ahead. Keep talking, though, about the Chrysler motors.
When Facel first started building cars, they built 4 doors, the full-size car, and they had Chrysler motors in them. When they built the, when they started building this car, they put into it a.
There you go.
They built their own motor called it was a Facel motor. It's a 4-cylinder dual overhead cam. The problem was that after they built the car, put this motor in it, it was overheating, was prone to overheating. So as a solution, they put the Chrysler motor into this car, and that's one of the makes this one so rare because there were so few that were manufactured with this motor in it. The interesting story is that because of overheating is the reason they took it out. When I got this car, the water pump leaked, which was the reason for overheating. And I took the water pump out and I sent it to some man in Germany who said he could fix any water pump in the world. And when it came back, it was still leaking. I took it apart, took it to Granger bearing and bushings, and took the parts to there and put it on the counter. And they gave me bearings and bushings, 3 different. Well, we went through many of them. They were very, very accommodating. But they gave me many bushings and bearings, and out of 3 bushings and bearings, I made the 2 components that was necessary to put this back together. 2 years ago on the 4th of July, I had it in the 4th of July parade. It was nearly 100 degrees. The parade started out with over 25 antique cars, and at the end, there were only 2 that didn't overheat, this one and another.
So you have figured out the problem.
The water pump that stopped leaking. The right seals for water pumps was the problem. So
Willie, stand right next to your car for a second. Thanks for being on My Car Story.